we're just popping on live here. Hey guys, ATL,
Hi.
Davey, Rebecca was here, 80 is here. It looks like a Scooby-Doo episode. Yeah, I made it look like a Scooby-Doo episode. I thought it would just be cheesy and campy that way.
Oh, yes.
Who doesn't love Scooby-Doo?
We are
Right?
having just a chit-chat stream today, so it's not going to be as long as our movie watches. Mr. Scrunch is playing in the background. He's all set. And we're talking about the Scream franchise tonight. So I got Soulfully Page, Dark Mage, and the Horror Miser Monty G here with us again
Welcome
to
back,
talk
everybody.
about the Scream franchise and get ready for Scream 7. This franchise is not one of my favorites, but I'm so interested in Scream 7 because I saw the trailer. ATL showed it to me, and I was like, damn. I was like, I actually might watch this.
funny thing you would say that one of the people on our Horror Hangouts live stream, Jen's daughter, Velvet, was a huge hater of the Scream franchises. It was so funny when they first mentioned that. It cracked me the hell up because at the time when this happened, Scream was very popular right then. They couldn't stand the Scream franchises.
Right.
I think since 5 and 6 they actually did like. So it's like, wow, that's very fascinating for a person who did not like the Scream franchises. Actually, finally admitting, you know what? I actually did enjoy that one.
I thought 5 and 6 were the weakest.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
agree with that one.
Yeah. I only did like 1 and 2, and then after that I kind of just gave up on it.
Hi,
So
Tom.
I haven't seen the trailer though for the new one, but I'm kind of
Ooh.
anticipating possibly seeing it because a few of my friends are huge into the franchise, so I might be looped into seeing it anyways.
We got a lot of comments coming in. Tom Baker said he likes the first 3, didn't care about the rest, and he didn't rewatch the movies. They kind of don't have too much rewatch value to them, that's for sure. Davey says some hits, some misses, but a strong franchise. And 80 says there's 7 of them, and I missed them all. I personally saw Scream 1 when I was like 5 or 6. I was 5 or 6 when the first one came out, and I was at the drive-in with my parents. And for some reason, they thought it was going to be a kid-friendly Halloween thing because they had a kid-friendly Halloween movie before that. And I remember like, this is so cool. And then when I watched it when I got older, I was like, oh, this is not as cool as I thought it was. But then again, Scream 1, I think as a standalone film, is good.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
It was very cleverly written by Kevin Williamson, and of course, obviously, masterfully directed by the late great Wes Craven.
Fun fact,
Really? I
Wes
like the
Craven
4.
used to teach college up here.
Ooh.
My
that's pretty
friend's father actually was in one of his classes, and he said he was a very nice dude.
It's my favorite.
That's so cool.
ATL. Why
I like
ATL? Why is 4 the worst for you, ATL?
Yeah, I like to know why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Yeah, tell us why.
80 for you. The first one I think you would like, and maybe the second one. I think after that you wouldn't really like.
Yeah, I
the
feel like you'll
rest.
be on the same train as me, 80 on that one.
Now, 7 looks interesting to me because I feel like they went back to the core of what Scream really is. 5 was okay-ish, but I think they were trying too hard. And 6, anytime they have to go to the city or out of space, they're running out of ideas to me. So, when it keeps going that far,
I have my problems with 7, but I think it was better than 6. Probably because in 5 they really didn't do anything with the new characters in the film. We barely knew any of them. The only people really got to know were the twins. That's only because they were related to Randy, and that was kind of it. Really didn't know any of them. I think they did a better job in 6 because we basically had the core 4. You had the Carpenter sisters, then you got the twins, and that was basically it. But unfortunately, for some reason, the plot armor.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times Chad got stabbed.
Yeah.
Especially at the 3rd act. There's no one in the world you can survive that. And then Mindy, she gets stabbed right in the gut.
Yeah.
Can't survive that.
No. My thing is, I feel like that one was kind of like a cheesy remake, really, and they were just trying too hard. Just strip it down to its core like it was, because Wes made it really stripped on. Tom says, I like Wes Craven interviews. He always has something interesting to say, like Roger Corman interviews. Davey says, 3 was my least favorite. Tell us why. What is your favorite and your least favorite?
Mm.
And Bob wants to know if Paige has heat.
Yes, I'm just at my
Hey, Bob.
brother's house, and it's a house and not like an apartment like I'm used to. So my apartment gets smoldering, where a house, the heat doesn't distribute evenly. So I had to come layered up. So I'm the abominable snowman right now.
So, movie chat says, I am too young to remember the first of the series, but I liked 5 and 6. Stop picking on my generation, fools.
Now you
See, I
young
didn't mind
kids here
5.
now don't know the goods.
I didn't mind 5, but I just didn't like 6 all that much. It just got kind of stupid, honestly. But 5 was
6
okay.
6 to me felt like one of those Hallmark movies, and it was like
It
overly
felt
done.
forced.
Yeah, exactly. Like 5 kind of had a
So-
hidden intention, but it was overdone, like we were saying, and then 6 was kind of like, okay, do we really care right now?
Right.
See, I'm interested now to see the
Oh
new
my
one
goodness,
just
Sadie.
because you noted, Mercy, that they're bringing it back to like kind of the soul of like what it was, and I think that after the second one, they kind of lost themselves in the sauce too much of the franchise and kind
Right.
of the hype, in it. So now that you kind of say that, and I'm like, all right, I might want to actually go further and kind of
Do we want
settle
to
myself in.
Do we want to see the trailer or not, Paige and Mage?
Yeah,
I'm sure
of
Monty's
course.
seen it
Yeah,
already.
sure, of course. Show me again.
Sure. We can
All
do
right.
There's
that.
a
I
bear
just,
poo in the woods.
I just wanted to ask Mage because I know he was trying not to be the version I have is one that ATL sent me long ago, and there's not too much spoilers in it, so it's all right. Davey says 3 bored me, and I didn't like the killer reveal, which is paramount to a good Scream movie. Exactly.
I like 3.
I can get that. It was a bit cliched.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is
However,
such a good
I kind of wish
movie.
we heard more about, the whole situation and all that. I don't want to reveal it just because people haven't seen it, but I just kind of wish we could have a little bit more of a background story of the killer. I mean, we did to a point, but it was kind of like I said with 6, it felt like a little forced, but it's still pretty good. I remember it only because I've watched it a few times with my mom when I was younger, but I haven't watched it recently.
All right.
So
Movie chat says I actually went back and watched the first 3 with my older sister, and I actually liked the first 3. If it stayed as a trilogy, I think it would have been fine.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They did not like the others, and ATL says his rank is 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, and 4. And 2 was filmed in Atlanta. I saw Bandmate in the same theater as the opening of Scene 2. That's awesome.
Oh wow,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
Movie chat also says it's interesting to hear the different generations and how we are all catching up on Scream. I could take or leave Scream. I am going to go back and watch the first one as I started on 3 for some reason. Go figure. It's a weird spot to start, but hey, if it's on TV or something and it's just playing, I could see
Yeah.
that.
I remember when I first was introduced, I was 9, and my mom had got it rented it from, I want to say Family Dollar, but it's not Family Dollar. It's, I can't remember what it's called, but it was, she put it on, we had a surround sound, that was pretty cool. Big old tube TV and everything, and we had Pizza Hut, and we were eating, and then I remember the phone part scared the crap out of me.
Yep.
So at the very beginning, that's one of my core memories of that movie.
I think the one thing that stuck out to me in the first Scream and what I liked is how like the reveal of who Ghostface was with the 2 gentlemen, not having it just be one, and that was so unknown. It was like that's a really cool twist.
Yep.
And so when you put all that jam packed in the first one, it's really hard to make sequels that top that afterwards.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't expecting 2, 3, 4, well, yada 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 to match the first one because you kind of put the top dog on the top ball here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time, it fit the time too. Because I remember, like
Stu's
when we
not
were
dead.
kids, that was new.
Yeah, because
So-
I think the reason why 2 succeeded mainly because of what they were spoofing. The
Correct.
first movie spoofed the typical cliche things we see in slasher films that we saw in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the second one basically said, all right, we're going to spoof the sequel that we've seen in slasher films. So I thought they all did a fantastic job in the first two ones. The third one was, I thought, okay, this was okay, but it started to lose steam. I think that's it. We don't need to say any more Scream. And of course, I said to myself, I don't know if we can do anything more with the three amigos, Sydney, Gale, and Dewey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But four,
I want to redo.
four is actually pretty good, mainly because they were making fun of all the remakes from slasher films. And the best scene for me was obviously and listing all of the remakes that she listed. She was talking to Ghostface, and when she repeats all that, you're like, holy shit, they remade. She's right. They remade all those films. That really got me into that particular film. And I thought they did a good job with the new characters and bringing back the legacy characters. That's why 4 is always my favorite one. And for me, it's the most brutal because they went over with the gore.
Yeah, it seems like you could kind of tell when like they could get truly more gory with these slasher films as time went on. Like don't get me wrong, we had a lot of gory ones in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, but they were more underground, and then 2000s it's kind of pushed more into like the mainstream. I mean, look how many people love Terrifier now, and before everybody would be like, oh my god, that's so gross, and now it's just
Or
like,
how many Saw movies came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Davey
Saw
says Scream
12 is
as a
coming out,
solo
13?
movie is one of my favorite slashers, but it fell into the trap of needing sequel after sequel, and you can't create a gem every time.
That's true.
However,
I
I am
really
very
like a lot-
curious.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm very curious how 7's gonna be, though. I really hope that it's kind of like the final part of it, but we'll see.
If they were smart, I feel like, especially with the old crew that they still have kicking, they would just close it out and like let it be the end of it, and then maybe like go ahead and make like, I don't know, just use it as inspiration and make just a whole different. You keep using the same town. Okay, it's getting to the point like, where are these people? Bandmade fan ATL says trivia: what actor has been in the most Scream movies?
Courtney Cox. She's been in all of them.
Yep.
Oh, she has?
Just
Okay.
about.
Yeah, she's been.
Or has she been in?
She's been in all of them.
80 says Adele.
Oh.
80, I'm really happy that you're here to support the show, even though you're kind of lost on this one. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you so much.
No,
But,
I just really adore the fact that like the Scream franchise really kind of jump started the whole scary movie franchise. And I think that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Scream, or at least adore about like the original, is that that's something that I also hold very close, near and dear to me, is the scary movies, like spoof trilogies and stuff like that. So
Tom Baker says, I mainly watch old movies so I won't be disappointed or get a headache. Yeah, I normally stick to the old ones too, but I figured this would be a nice chit chat to have since we have mixed ages now and we've got mixed fans now. Movie chat is saying, I've never watched 4, but now I need to. Monty, thanks for describing that to me. I thought it was just going to be a bore. So, see? Getting new fans over here. All right. Do we want to play this trailer for those two that haven't seen it yet?
Press play.
That way we can... I got to turn it down some so we don't get taken down, that's for sure.
Right. No kidding.
But here, I'll put the subtitles on.
So they went back to the original house.
Yeah, that's Duke's house, yes.
I also heard that Spencer Charms from Ice Nine Kills has some type of cameo in here, and I'm very excited.
Oh, that's
to see
interesting.
that.
Scream's old, damn, that hurt. Right.
Courtney's an executive producer, so she ain't going anywhere. Yeah, that's for sure. I don't like her character at all, but I know that she's probably not supposed to.
I have a feeling Stu...
They have to close out her story in this one, or else it's just not going to work. I'd be disappointed.
I agree.
I hope so.
Like, I feel like 7 should have been like 5 and close out Sydney's story and then move on if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The way this one looks compared to 5 and 6, wholly in my zone.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely more intrigued now than I was before.
This is a very cool.
And the cinematics, too, are just really show-stopping, you know?
Mm.
I want to be a fighter like you.
Oh yeah, I just want to be paranoid my whole life, like you, Mom. It's fine.
Right? No kidding.
Let's unmask this fucker.
Listen, if Mr. Scrudgy wakes up and says he wants to be like Sydney when he grows up, I'm gonna be like, you're not allowed to watch Scream. Davey says falling onto Ghostface knife from a balcony. That's new.
Tatum, listen to me. I'm trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together.
Honestly, they better not do this to Scream, or not Scream. Sorry. Friday the 13th.
They better not do it the Halloween.
No,
way.
not Friday the 13th. Halloween. There we go. There we
Better
go.
not be
That's
like
the word.
Halloween Ends. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not. I was so upset. So creepy. I
mean,
like it.
Well, we know the whole place burns down.
Wait.
Or does
It's
it?
not gonna be. It's not gonna be over. Absolutely not. There's no way. Hey, look at there's me.
Yeah, it's you. You heard that Neve turned them down for 6 because the offer was insulting, and yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, come on, she's been the she brings the older fans to the series. Okay, like,
Yeah.
we don't want to watch for Gail. We don't want to watch for the other ones. It's her being
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was Spyglass. I've got the name of the guy who was being the bastard.
Matthew Lillard, I know,
Yep.
was trying to protect her too, as well.
Yeah, because like that was kind of
Fighting
trash to
for
treat
her.
the OG like that. Like if it wasn't
Yeah.
for her, you wouldn't have something to make right now. Tom, exactly. It becomes silly. It's the same characters getting into trouble. How unlucky can you get?
Yep.
That's always
Very
been
unlucky.
that's always been my problem. Is like this because I really didn't have a problem when they came up with 4,
Mhm.
but I said they have to end with Sydney, Gale, and Dewey.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do with 3 characters at a time, and it's
Right.
like, okay, enough is enough. Let's end this and get some new characters, which was good. I liked it. I liked the idea they were making fun of remakes at the time, and like I said, I know what they did was fantastic. But I said, okay, enough with the 3. Let's get some new characters in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Movie chat says I didn't realize there were this many of them. Oh God. Paige, you said you have some friends watching. What do they have to say? If they want to just text you privately,
Yeah, well,
they can.
one of my friends is definitely tuning in. She already posted the memes. What are you doing on the 27th? This, and she's like, you should totally come with me. And like I said, I'm not a hater, but I'm definitely not a big fan of the franchise, and I'm super picky about everything I watch, everything I consume. I don't know. It's just how I am. And
Yeah.
I've been kind of like, all right, maybe, and here we are. Now I'm like, okay.
It doesn't look bad. And then you
yeah,
have like
I said,
Stu's
I
voice
think
at the end, and you're like, wait a minute.
cinematography that they have, or whatever equipment and angles they're using, and especially in the trailer, like that really was eye-catching to me and very alluring to my taste personally.
Mm-hmm.
So am I more inclined to be like, all right, you know what, let's go? Yes, 100%. So my friend Janelle, if you're listening to me, I guess we're going together, honey.
Movie date.
Movie date, girl date, let's go.
This one actually pulled me, like I said, because kind of like the first one. It's like going back to their roots. They're stripping it down, hopefully, while still adding the new aspects, obviously, because it is a modern movie. I'm not a hater of the franchise, like Monty said. One of his panelists was that time, but I'm also not like super huge. Like I could take it or leave it. Like if it's on TV, okay, I'll put it on. Like Tom Baker, I'm more for like the older stuff. So, but if 7 ends in a Chuck E. Cheese, I'm guessing you want to say money back, ATF?
Well, here's the thing. Would it make sense though? Because Matthew Lillard is in Five Nights at Freddy, and Chuck E. Cheese is kind of like Five Nights at Freddy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
Money back.
There we
Yeah.
go. I knew it. I knew it.
You want to
Look,
talk about
I love Matthew Lillard. He will always have a
He's awesome.
huge spot in my heart. Love that man to death.
Did you see the second one, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Paige?
I did. I did.
I'm pretty sure you enjoyed the little scene he had in that movie.
Oh, you know.
I haven't
so
seen
well.
it
Uh,
You have to. It's so good.
yet. Yeah. I never cared for the games. It was kind of boring to me, but
Neither
I
did I.
watched like Markiplier or PewDiePie play it sometimes, but
you know,
just playing it myself, I was bored.
So I worked at Hot Topic right when that game really kind of came out, and like people were starting to get like a fandom for it and stuff like that. And I kind of like I didn't really like it, but then once again, you put Matthew Lillard on that thing, and I'm gonna zoom in. So that's how they got me.
Yeah, I never played any of the Five Nights at Freddy games. Seeing the first movie, I was highly disappointed. I did like the animatronics of all the main characters in both films. I think that's the only good thing was in both films was the animatronics. But other than that, no.
Davey says, I want Lillard to come back as the ultimate Ghostface. I just love seeing him on screen. I do too.
I
He's
think
a great
he might
actor.
be.
He has the amazing
so.
facial expressions when his face is revealed. Like, he is perfect for any role he goes into. And
Forever
this
my
is,
Scooby-Doo.
we got a question in the movie chat for Monty G here. They heard you say you have some issues with Scream 7 so far. What are your issues and why?
My issue is when it comes to obviously Matthew Lillard and what's the actor's playing Roman? I forget his name. Anyway, when it comes to Stu and Roman, because I don't know if you remember a YouTuber named Craven something scary. Huge Stu fan.
Yeah.
He had Stu Train. Always wanted to think he would love to have Stu come back.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So I'm very disappointed he will not be able to see his favorite character from Train coming back, because he would be down for having Stu be the main villain. And I told him, I said, I just can't see that happening. It's not his character. Stu has always been a follower. He's never been a leader. He only did that because he was following Billy, and that's his character.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And that's who his character is. Yeah, Matthew Lillard's a great actor, and if they were to go that route, but I don't think Kevin Williamson will do that, because to me it's kind of insulting to Stu's character. He doesn't seem the type of person that could come up with a grand scheme. I think the scene that he's having with Roman is going to be a flashback, probably to see when they first began,
right?
Little charade, and how Roman teaches him and Billy how to go on ahead and get their revenge on Sydney.
True. I mean, I could see it that way.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Movie chat says, for those that hate on 3 so much and 4, you're boring.
Womp womp.
Well,
in
then.
the words of Delightful Derek, suck my fat one.
Movie chat wants to know what bones we have to pick with 5 and 6, and what we would do better.
I felt 5 was good, but 6 felt more catered to Gen Z, I feel like. So it kind of felt like a miss with millennials, of course, and older generations. So I kind of just like, it just didn't feel like a Scream to me in general. But 5, even though it was more so catered to Gen Z, it felt like the Scream franchise as it was.
Right. Scream 6 to me came off more of like a TV show, not a movie. Like, it would be like if they were opening the series to pass the torch to Gen Z. I feel like Scream 6 would be a really good opening to that, like a prologue to a TV series for Gen Z. But like Mage said, it doesn't really feel like it belongs in there. It feels like a play, really.
Maybe even Alpha too, but somewhere around there.
I'm not sure. I I usually hang out with the older folks, so I don't even know, man. I don't know with all these newer ones.
And then me, I'm in my own planet over here.
I'm
Because
on
I've
Planet
watched
Page.
I've watched the first 3, and then I was like, I gave up. I was like, so you guys are talking about 4, 5, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and no, that's fine. I like that. Like, you know, some of us have seen them, some of us haven't, and that's fine because the same
It
thing.
definitely
like,
makes me want to now hearing your guys' opinions other than just what my normal, I see it, I'm like, ugh.
I
run
agree
away
with
for
that
it. Now
one.
I kind of am interested in being like, okay, so what
It made no
what
sense.
did Moxie have to say about this again? And have that be pointed out. That's usually where I go and do my rewatches of things.
Yeah, you'll be able to
in
pick
those
up
cases.
things that you wouldn't before.
Yeah, I'll be texting you, being like, "Oh my god, did you know this?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, Paige, we literally just talked about that."
Or
Send
like,
me-
yeah, I've
sends
seen
me
them.
said
So.
clip.
I've seen them, buddy. I've seen them. Yeah, I agree with you, ATL, that Billy Engel of 5 was kind of strange. It was, I don't know.
That's one of the things I really didn't like about 5 was making Sam Billy's daughter. I said, why do we need that in there for? It's like,
Yeah.
kind of unnecessary. It just didn't. To me, it just didn't fit. It was something that I guess the writers wanted to shock the audience.
But it's not shocking because that's kind of like what they all do now in these movies is make the kid pass the torch.
It's like, hey, I got an idea. Let's make Sam Billy's daughter that we didn't know about. And I was like, okay,
I guessed it.
Yeah, like maybe that was the thing though. Maybe the guessing it thing was like a nod to like, how they were like, oh, don't do this in horror movies and blah 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 blah. Maybe it was a cheap little game thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a humor thing we're missing.
And if you're talking about a lot
sure.
of them spoof, then it would make sense.
Yeah, maybe that. I'm just trying to find the logic in it, but I don't think we needed to.
Yeah.
Maybe Skeet needed the money. I don't know.
He's getting it one way or another. The way that my friends buy like the new the new costume that comes out every year with bedazzled a different color, man. Every year they're like, got a red one, got a pink one. I'm like, okay, cool.
Davey says we need a fresh start. No more Core 4, no more Legacy Cares, just something fresh and gory. I agree, and just maybe let the Scream name end. Like, just let it end and do that.
Honestly, I think they just need to end the main core people first. All in one, just done.
Yep.
I'd be really interested in seeing like these movies and these franchises when they're now rebooting the franchise. I would like them to incorporate more of, yes, we have the gore, we all love like the slasher, the gore, but also to incorporate some type of psychological horror twist.
Yeah.
Where it really mind fucks you for a moment.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm missing out of all of these.
Well, that's why I like
my
the first
perfect horror
Scream
film would have.
Because like when Monty said Stu was a follower, he only did that because Billy followed him. It kind of showed you how screwed up your friends can make you if you truly, aren't paying attention. You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of darkness to it and humanness to it. But like after that, it's kind of like, okay. ATS says, to be fair, the first 2 Screams were full of WB TV stars. That is correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
I didn't notice how many
WB and Warner Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. It was an old network WB because they were all a bunch of WB stars. From their first 2 series. I mean, everyone probably was like really starstruck when Sarah Michelle Gellar was in the second one.
Oh yeah.
Buffy's going to be in a horror movie? Oh, right, yeah. And
I remember hearing people talk about that too, because everyone's like, you got to go to the drive-in and see it. She's going to be in it. She's going to be in it. And even though we were like little kids, everyone was like freaking out because everybody watched WB and they're like, we know who she is. Oh my gosh, I'm going with my older sister. We got to go. So it was fun being a kid growing up with these movies because we were kind of at like the tail end of like the cool 80s madness with slashers. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do believe the first 3 to maybe 4 kind of like solidified a foundation for some modern slashers that we even have today for the people that are into that.
Also, like just talking about like how it used to be with like the movies in the theaters and especially like these movies in general, I always get like the flashbacks of like the first few movies and just the madness that would feel in the mall back in those days and just like the love and the sensation of it all.
Mhm.
Like you could feel it even if you weren't going into the movies, but you knew that everyone was going to see this
Oh yeah,
movie.
it was like
Half
a
of
pumped
everyone
thing.
like the energy was insane
Oh yeah.
over these movies.
ATL says, I want Disney's dad to be the killer. Imagine the trauma he's endured. Wouldn't
Oh.
he be like 80 something now though?
Yeah,
Probably.
that'll be just.
Could you
He'd have to be-
imagine?
He would have to be one of those wheelchairs.
Hold on, I gotta take my arthritis medicine. All right.
That's as bad as Halloween. Halloween ends.
Oh my gosh, I hated that. I was so pissed, dude. I was super excited because Halloween Kills like was pumping it up, right? I'm like, yeah, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. We're gonna do this. And then Halloween comes out, and I remember because my husband was like, okay, we're gonna get her pizza and her because Halloween's my favorite franchise. I'm a Halloween girly, kind of like the Paige's husband, and he got me my pizza. He got me my brownies. I was ready to rock. I didn't touch a damn thing, and he's like, oh no. The movie must suck, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, and I just went to bed
Oh
afterwards.
no.
Because I was so mad.
And here's
I
my
wasn't
thing.
even allowed to watch the new ones because my husband was already like, "No, we're not watching it." So I was like, "I guess screw that idea."
Not to get off topic, but
That would be a twist.
see
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
problem everyone has with Halloween Ends is that I blame the marketing team because everyone thought it was going to be this final battle between Michael and Laurie Strode, and I'm saying to myself, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You know how old both these people are?
Yeah, exactly.
It's too unbelievable to see people in their 70s, especially Michael, who got his ass kicked in Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with the girl with the ironing board and the iron there that they had. They just brought it all out.
Now, I had no problem with Corey and no problem with Corey at all. I actually thought it was a kind of a good idea.
Yeah, like the evil passes through generations thing. I had no problem with that. My issue was that there was like, I would have had Laurie die with the old Michael to end it. Like, I would have had her, like, I would have had it be like, it actually was in her mind. Like, she was the one bringing Michael to life all these years because she was so obsessed with it. And that would be the boom. And then, like, you know, Corey just showing, like, passing the torch, like, hey, this passes on from to generation. That would have been cool to me anyway, because it make it a little bit more psychological, kind of like the main Halloween. The first Halloween that was supposed to be the Babysitter Killers, it was supposed to be originally called, and there was tension, there was psychological aspect to it, because it's like, man, this is like a regular guy, like this is messed up. I wasn't expecting like a huge battle, like Monty said, like the marketing team was trying to make it huge. I wasn't expecting that, but I was expecting something to happen to Laurie to close it up. I was expecting like maybe her obsession did lead to her demise, and because you know it's him basically siphoning the life out of her that way, not really physical. And I think I would have made it something interesting like that, but just to have her be like, we're leaving town after all these years. Why didn't you do that back in '78?
Yeah, that's
right.
Like,
when I saw the end of that, though, I was kind of thoroughly disappointed. I'm like, that's it. That was it. Like seriously.
This is how
he
it ends?
he endured getting shot, stabbed, beaten, you know,
Eaten,
a lot of things.
Knifed.
To answer ATL's question real quick, the universe where Laurie was Michael's sister, only Halloween 1, like I think in Halloween 2 they kind of tried to make it that way, and then they like went away with that. And he was originally supposed to make 1 and 2 only, and then Halloween 3, which I love Halloween 3. Everybody hates on it because there's no Michael. Halloween 3 was supposed to start having the Halloween movies be different stories, and I think that would have been a wonderful concept.
Yeah, because John Carpenter's original idea was that Halloween would be a just an anthology, and every movie would be a self-contained story.
And that would have been amazing.
It was no Michael Myers, no nothing. The Michael Myers was supposed to be a one-off, and that was it. But of course, slashers. Universal said, "Wow, look at all the money we made. We need
Well, I like John Carpenter in an interview because he's like, I actually don't care what people do with the remake of my movie. Just pay me the check on time. He knows he's the OG. He is so cocky, and I love it because it's rightfully so. He made that, though his music style is unique, so nobody can really copy him or steal him or anything like that. And why not? He's like 80 now, so make that bag, man. Make that bag. But the issue is like Halloween ends. I'm gonna leave town. If that's your solution, you could have done that in the 80s or the 70s when the first 2 came out, and we would have had closure.
You would have had closure. You would have had years.
Yeah. What, like, if that was your why did you stay?
It's Stockholm.
Right.
It's
Like-
Stockholm syndrome right there.
And the
Oh,
marketing
man.
team really sucked with it. Really sucked
Well,
with it.
like, because
I
if
know,
I
yeah.
remember properly, too, like, that was marketed, like Monty was saying, where it was marketed where it was, like, supposed to be this final battle, and, like, it was supposed to be, like, everything from my core memory of that, and just from the snippets, because I don't believe I've seen the full thing through,
Mhm.
especially being with my husband the last 10 years. I can't remember anything I did beforehand. So, you know, they were just banned from the moment I met
I will
him.
be
He's like,
right
no
back."
more other
Okay.
than the first two. That's it. All right.
Now, see, Halloween 3 I like, and I think you would like it too, Paige, because it has to do
I'll
with
give it
like
a
the
try.
masks and like, you know, this
Has to be when I
evil
come up to visit
Halloween
you.
company is making these masks to put the kids on, and they get stuck by the
Although that-
TV, and
that
there's a
song will
happy
get-
jingle.
Once you
Silver
get
Shamrock.
that song in your head, it'll never leave you.
Actually, I'll show. Let me see.
Wait, is it better than The Road to Sadness?
Yes,
'Cause that was The Road to
yes.
Therapy.
Anything's better than a Barry Gillis film.
That man is forever going to be the butt of the jokes here, man.
He will be. Let me see if I could find a trailer we could show you. Your husband's probably
yay.
going to be like blasphemy.
Yeah,
But
he's look.
I
He comes
personally-
running in like the Kool-Aid man. I'm blaming you.
Well, look, I'll fight him. It's okay. Davey says, I want to catch up on the comments real quick, and then I'll play this for Paige. I'd like the angle of a killer filming his kills and playing with them as entertainment. It's been done before, but I want to see Screams take it on. The ultimate fan making movies of their own.
Sound like Lay the Rest to me.
Yeah. Tom Baker says, serial killer movies around the same time. I like Kiss the Girls. I've seen 3 times. The first Scream twice. The other Scream movies I don't rewatch.
I'm assuming Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman and
I
Diane
also
Lane.
loved The Vanishing with Jeff Bridges as the serial killer.
That was good. That was
John
still right.
needs a lot of money to buy his cigarettes. Yeah, yeah, he does. Maybe just getting Dino Nuggies. Maybe.
We'll
Maybe, but
see.
Halloween 3. And guys, just because it says Scream franchise chit chat, if you guys want to talk about other things in that
We
genre,
do,
we
too.
absolutely can.
We're talking about
So-
everything
Really know
but.
much about
But this is the Halloween 3 trailer.
Halloween.
I gotta turn it down a little bit, unfortunately. I don't want John to come at me. But I personally love John's original idea for the Halloween films. It would give us something to look forward to on Halloween. Like, man, what's the next story gonna come?
All I can tell you, mister, is watch out. He's watching you, friend, I guarantee you that.
I love it.
It's super good. Like, I love, like, the campy Halloween.
Exactly, and this is where he was starting to really push, because Halloween technically ended with Halloween 2.
Alright, that's it. I'm bullying Steven tonight.
Look, you know what? When we have our Halloween chat, him and I are gonna...
Oh, yeah, no, I'll force him on. Don't worry.
He doesn't have to show his face if he doesn't want to, but... he
No,
can at
I'm
least
showing his
talk.
arm. He's the ghost anyways that pops
Yeah.
up behind me, so might as well.
But it's kind of like an evil corporation. Jamie says, I love Halloween 3. I just hate that jingle they play every 10 minutes.
The screech.
But look how like cool the masks look, and the jingles kind of like no different than those stupid jingles for commercials we used to have. How many of us remember the J.G. Wentworth commercial after all these years? Like, I'll be at a red light and it will pop into my head for some reason, and I'm all like, why am I singing this right now?
Or was it the 80 connection?
Yeah, Education Connection.
Getting connected.
Tom Atkins is in this one, and he's a good actor. Look at that.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, I might have to bully him.
It's
Like, me.
literally a badass film. So I'm actually shocked he doesn't like it. Like, I understand being a Michael Myers fan or whatever. I have no idea why my camera's doing the thumbs up when I'm not doing it. I don't know if the ghost is around or whatever, but Tom Atkins is a legend, yes. So, like, I think, we were ripped off with him not being able to make the Halloween an anthology. I think that would have been fantastic. It would have been fun. It would have been refreshing and having a tradition. And then, Halloween 4 and 5, that's when it starts to get with the niece, which is Danielle Harris, the actress Danielle Harris, when she was a kid. And they're actually not bad at all. I don't think they're that bad. I honestly couldn't stand the Rob Zombie version of the Halloween movies, and that's simply because it's obvious why he turned evil, because he lived in a bad home. But what made Michael so mysterious was in the other ones, he came from an upstanding home. Like, they didn't know what was really wrong with him. He was such an innocent child. And when they took that away from the Michael's character, like, okay, yeah, Rob Zombie's Mike Myers is big and scary, but you just took away the psychological aspect from me. Like, I understand why this guy grew up angry. Sir.
Just like him.
Yeah.
Like really angry too.
See, for me, when it comes to Michael Myers, there's one reason why I don't like the Thorn trilogy is because Michael was just evil. We never knew why. He never gave an explanation. Just like Donald Pleasant said, he said he was just pure evil. He said when he goes that little soliloquy, he said the black is of ice. And he said, I spent the first 7 years trying to get to him, and I spent the next 7 years trying to keep him locked up because he was just plain evil. There was no explanation for the reason why he did. That's why when you get to 4, 5, and 6, to me, the Thorn trilogy is like you're taking away the mystique of Michael.
Yeah, definitely. That's why they're not my favorite. H2O was horrible. That shouldn't even exist. The H2O. It was like a parody.
Screen clone.
the two of the Halloween series I don't like. Halloween Ends and H2O. 4, 5. 1 second, guys. I'll finish that in a moment.
H2O
I didn't mind H2O.
It was okay. It was a screen clone. No, what ruined that was Resurrection. That's movie I don't like at all.
True, Gigi. True.
Sorry about that. He dropped his toy. You don't know anything about Rob Zombie, not his music and not his movies. You're not missing much, bro. And this is coming from somebody that actually likes like the horror stuff. I like his Monsters movie. I actually like that one, and people don't like it. House of Thousand Corpses was funny because I used to do the laugh when I was a kid and I didn't know where it came from, so I would scare my parents. I would run in the backyard in the tall grass hidden, and I would do the baby laugh while they were having bonfires and creep everybody out. They didn't know I watched the movie behind their back. It was fun. So but for you, Tom, I really don't think they would be your style of film from what you've had in the discussions. And the music, he's kind of like a studio musician, so it's nobody to really check out too much.
Not a fan.
I really liked his movie 31, though.
That's
it's similar to House of a Thousand Corpses, but more of a realistic spin versus like the campy version that he put out with it.
This is an interesting story. I don't know why my wife wanted to go see the Devil's Rejects with me. We saw the Devil's Reject, and in the scene where the maid comes out and sees the dead people, and she's running out in the middle of the road, and I'm saying, oh shit, something bad's going to happen. And then when she gets hit and splattered by that Mack truck, I cracked the hell up laughing. My wife was like something was wrong. I said, I can't help it.
You're the horror advisor. Why would you? She thinks it's funny that you're looking at that. I think The Devil's Rejects was a good sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses because we got closure on them, kinda, sorta. I actually had a really good time talking with Sid Haig. He always loved coming to Captain Spaulding. He always loved coming to Central New York, so I saw him quite a couple times. I actually have a signed photograph of him in storage until I can move into my office. And, he was such a good dude, and he actually loved making those movies because he's like, I'm just a cranky old man on set, so it's fun. And it was just, but
I have an artist friend that uses his makeup as like inspiration for like his stuff because he does like gigolo stuff. So he uses like Captain Spaulding's likeness and makeup in it. And it's really cool. It's really cool.
Gigi says, I do love H2O, but it has the 90s slasher vibe, and I do enjoy Josh Hartnett's acting.
Yeah, it's a screen clone.
Yeah,
that's basically what it was. Screen came out, all of a sudden, filmmakers and film studios do trends. It's so we get I Know What You Did Last Summer, we get Urban Legends, we get The Faculty,
well, and then good movies.
All those are pretty good. And then of course we get Halloween H2O.
I've never seen The Ward.
The Ward was pretty good.
But I did like what you mentioned, the I Know What You Did Last Summer, and that second one. I completely forgot it now.
Urban Legends.
Urban legends. There we go. That word. And those both were good. Oh my goodness.
H2O.
The Ward. Yes, I've seen the
Yes.
Ward. Okay. Now that you mentioned that name, yeah, I remember it now.
Yes, the Ward is definitely there. I remember watching that one. I was like, okay.
I was a bit surprised. I enjoyed that one because I was not expecting much because it was Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't really like.
I didn't know
acting
who
very
that was
much.
before then, so I didn't know who she was. Way before the whole Johnny thing. But
Yeah.
I watched The Ward. I think on Netflix a long time ago, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, pretty coolish.
Pretty interesting. I like the sort of twist that they had. You ever seen The Ward, Paige?
No, I haven't. Because literally, I've only heard of Amber Heard from the Johnny Depp stuff and her pooping in his bed. That's the only thing I know. So anytime someone says that, like, they're like, "Oh, she's an actress," I'm like, "Oh, she does something other than poop in people's beds."
She's done some movies. We have All the Boys Love Mandy. I was kind of okay.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, all the Boys Love Mandy. You have this one right here. The Ward. She was in other films too. She was actually in the remake of The Stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was in that. But I really don't know any other movies she's done that I actually enjoyed. But I was a bit surprised, guy. She did an okay job in the Ward. But if you've seen The Ward and you understand the twist, that's what kind of makes the film interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll have to definitely check it out.
Mhm.
80, that's another one to send me.
So we've got movie chat asking, so Scream, Halloween, and all these other franchises can kind of loop into one discussion? Absolutely, because they're kind of basically the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the only franchise we haven't talked about, which is my favorite one, Chucky.
Freddy Krueger
That's
too.
true. That's
I
true.
love that one, and I used to be scared shitless of Chucky as a
I had
kid.
a
when
dream
those
of Chucky.
commercials came on. Like I used to be terrified, and then I had an older friend who was like a older sister to me. She loved them Chucky movies, and she tied me to a chair and forced me to watch it. And then by the time we got to the seat of Chucky, I loved it. Loved it.
What do you think about the Chucky TV show?
I actually enjoy it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I definitely think some of the CGI is a little bit overdone, but obviously, how the hell are you going to do that with, you know what I mean? You have to use it with Chucky, so I get it. I like it for the most part.
The Ward.
I really love that Jennifer Tilly came back in it. I love Jennifer Tilly, so
yeah. I love
she's cool.
It's a shame that unfortunately the USA canceled the show because unfortunately we didn't get all we got was another cliffhanger, and that's it when it comes to the Chucky TV show.
I think I only watched like the first season because that's what I had access to at the time. So I've been trying to find it since to finish it up at least.
I need to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty good.
Just the way they made him look though was kind of iffy to me.
What about 2019 Child's Play?
I enjoyed. Once again, I enjoy I have a thing about dolls. I like dolls. They creep me out, but I like them. Also, the whole
I have no problem with
leaving
dolls.
Horcrux behind into like your spirit behind into that, like that whole entire understanding. I adore. So anything you could do with that, I'm all ears.
I have 30s
I'm excited
mannequins
to
in my
hear
house.
about
I have no problem with
possible
those.
Harry Potter remake, just because I would love to see a new cast, and I would love for them to play more in on the Horcrux of what's his name, Voldemort, and all of that, and more into that story. I love the Death Eater stories and stuff like that, so I wish they kind of went more in to that.
Yeah, because one of my good friends from the Horror Hangouts, Jen from Jen's View of the Grave, he's a huge Brad Dwarf fan. So when obviously 2019 Child's Play come up, she was one of the people's not my Chucky.
I get that though. See, and I have respect for that. Like it's definitely not. It would be down on the totem pole of like my favorites, but just out of in general, it's there. It's towards the bottom, but it's there. It's a loved child, maybe beaten a little bit, but it's loved.
Gigi says, I would
love
have
Final
to say that
Destination.
Final Destination and Scream are tied for my favorite horror franchises. I enjoyed some of Final Destination, but again, after a while, stop it.
Final Destination, I think, is what started my whole entire anxiety crisis.
I don't have it. Well, it was funny to me because like my dad was a truck driver, so he always taught me how to not drive behind trucks, logging, regular trucks, whatever. So when everybody was like, "Oh, you shouldn't really drive behind logging trucks," I'm like, "No crap!" Like,
Oh no!
you
Every
guys
time
just figuring this
every
out.
time there
And
is
then,
one now, I'm like, I've seen this movie before.
and then they
that
made me watch that movie, and they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, okay," but yeah, I would hope that's common sense before you watch this movie to make sure.
For me, that was
So
that
for
was
me,
big common sense. For me, it's like I'm not driving. No. I'm going.
like-
No.
so for me in my childhood, when those movies were really coming out, also what was very popular on one of like the cable stations was 1,000 Ways to Die, and me and my friends would watch that. So you pair those two together, you're gonna be so anxious about everything. You're like, I'm
That's
dying.
true.
Tom Baker wants to see a movie about evil showroom dummies.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's evil?
I mean,
showroom
Five Nights at
dummies?
Freddy's, kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like mannequin, kind of like dummies. in a
Phoebe
showroom.
Jones, you'd be surprised when Phantasm first came out in the movie theaters, and me and my boys went to go see it. And of course, obviously, one of my favorite scenes is when the tall man comes up and we see, and he goes, "Boy!" And the whole audience freaked out. And me and my boys were cracking up laughing.
That is one of my favorite horror franchises. I actually showed Mage and Gills that franchise for the first time last year.
Wasn't
And,
bad.
like, it was
I
like
liked it.
I like Reggie being so dorky and everything, and it's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, Reggie Riz.
Yeah. We were picking up how Reggie never got the girl.
Yeah, it was kind
Was
of,
Lunar
for
Reggie.
me. Yeah, for me, Phantasm was kind of a weird movie.
Hmm. That's why I love it.
It was kind of a weird movie. It was. I enjoyed it even more later on once I got a better understanding to understand what was going on, because I was about 12 or 13 when that came out at the time. So trying to understand that at that age, I really couldn't understand it. But Trina Spears was the main thing I just wanted to see, because I saw it in the trailer and I wanted to see it.
Yeah, my art teacher went there too, Tom, back in high school. I loved Phantasm just for how weird and bonkers it was, and you just never knew what was up. You never knew, like, around every corner, you couldn't guess too much. And then the final one, obviously they're a lot older. That one's a little bit weirder. The CGI is a bit too much, but I still think it was a nice ending for people that followed the movie all the way through.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I liked it.
The CGI was my biggest beef with that one. A bit too much, but
It
again,
felt weird, yes. From watching the first several Phantasms to the very last one, it kind of just felt out of place a little bit.
Yeah,
And I'm all for CGI, of course. I love CGI.
I
But-
Look, CGI is good when it's done properly.
Yeah, when
and
it's
not
Properly,
rushed.
yes.
Yeah, when it's
When
done
it's
properly.
I
rushed,
agree.
it's crap.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
there was a movie I watched with was it The Rock? But The Rock's CGI was bad too, and Scorpion King's
Oh
The
yeah.
Mummy.
Oh yeah.
That was horrible.
That was horrible.
But it was John Cena, and he was some military person, and he jumped out of a building, and it looked so fake. I'm like, oh my god, that kind of just threw me out of the story.
As a matter of fact, the movie I just saw last week, Killer Whale,
Mhm.
which is almost similar to The Shallows, only except you have two girls stuck in an atoll, but they're being surrounded by a killer whale, not a shark. But you can just see how terrible the green screen is. You can tell that the green screen is because whoever filmed it obviously did not do the good job in making it
Lighting.
blend very well. I guess because of budget, you can only do what the budget requires you to do, but it was so terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like for some reason my husband and I watched the Megalodon 2, and it just should have been renamed Bald Men Fighting on Boats, because that's practically what it was. Like there was nothing. Like the Meg was in there for like very little bits, and then you had the Cthulhu, and then you had like these weird dinosaurs. It was like Jurassic Park and Cthulhu and Meg. I was like, what is going on here?
An acid trip. That's what's going on.
I was like, what is?
It was so funny. The first one was pretty good, but the second one was so funny because the CGI was terrible.
Yeah, but it's Bald Men Fighting on Boats, because that's all that was happening.
But
That's what I would name it.
I know, yeah, but Jason Statham, obviously he was having a good time filming it, so that's
Oh
the
yeah.
that's the way it was.
He's my favorite bald man. Okay.
I just thought it was so weird when they brought like the dinos from like Jurassic Park on that island, and then they got like the Cthulhu thing coming up and fighting with this. I'm like, I am not drunk enough for this. I am too sober for this. I don't drink, but this movie makes me want to drink.
Where did the Jurassic Park crap come from?
I love Jurassic Park.
Okay, but you gotta watch the Meg 2 to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't make sense.
I don't like shark stuff, so.
I love sharks. I'm scared of the ocean, but I don't mind ocean movies. It's weird.
See,
like,
I
or,
don't like anything ocean, but I absolutely love octopus.
I used to watch like the history documentaries on like the hidden pirate cities they found that fell beneath earthquakes and stuff and all, but you won't catch me going in the ocean. Screw that.
No.
Especially after Blood Beach. I'm definitely not doing that.
I mean, out of all the horror movies I've seen, the only movie to affect me was Jaws because sharks are real.
Yeah, exactly. Davey says filming the flying balls was hell. They said without CGI, you could see the camera's reflection in the mirrors, in the ball's mirrored surface. Yes, but it was still good. Like I don't care. That's enough cheese for me. That's fine. It still works because you don't notice unless you're really looking at it.
Yeah.
Meg was fun,
Right.
not good but fun. The first Meg was. The second Meg, I don't know what's going on.
All I know about that franchise is her dancing. That's it. That's all I know.
Mage Gills is playing Dino Crisis. And Davey,
I love that game.
said something about Jurassic Park. Gills will be live tonight at 11 p.m. I think Texas time or
Central.
midnight Texas time. So Meg Ryan. The Megalodon. So Movie Chat wants to know how many of us are seriously looking forward to Scream 7 after all this stuff that they heard us talk about, all these different franchises and all these different
I am.
different things.
I am.
Absolutely am.
I'm signed up to it.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see how they're going to do with Sydney's character. As far as obviously Gail's character, I don't know if Kevin Williamson is going to have the guts to do anything with those two. Maybe with Gail's character.
The final women.
I don't know. Because Sydney's a very much beloved character. I just can't see him having the guts to try to kill her off. I don't think. But I would love for her to get some final closure to finally put an end to Sydney Prescott's character.
I just hope it's not like Halloween Ends where they just up and move, because if you could have done that back then, you would have just done it. Okay,
She
please
moved.
don't Halloween Ends. She did move, but she keeps coming back like a crazy person.
Yes. Well, it was like in the first movie where they said that where she said like the dumb blonde goes upstairs and then she goes upstairs anyways. So it's like, okay.
So Movie Chat wants to know what is the next horror chit chat that the four of us will be doing. I don't know. I haven't planned it out yet. What do you guys think?
Not sure.
I don't know. Let's do it again soon.
Yeah,
honestly,
absolutely.
I would like to hear your guys' thoughts. And I would like, if you guys haven't seen, to watch Black Phone 1 and 2. I would love to hear your guys' opinions if you ever.
I just finished.
We
Black
are gonna
Phone
watch
2.
Black. We're gonna watch Black Phone 2 here soon.
I've actually seen both films.
Yes.
I fell in love, and I usually don't like the newer horror films, like the one-offs and all of that. I usually don't like them. And it took me a while until seeing Black Phone 1 right before Black Phone 2, and I was like, wow, okay, I like this franchise.
To be fair, they're doing a lot set in the 80s, and you like 70s and 80s, and you like Stranger Things because it took place. So I can see why you like Black Phone.
You got me. I have a type.
So like, even though it's a new movie, it's kind of set, not
Set in
new.
the
So
old
I could
times.
kind of see why
You get
you
it.
like
I have
it.
a type. Thank you, Mercy, for pointing it out. I have a type.
I liked it. I was actually shocked that I liked the two of them. We just finished Black Phone 2 the other day, actually, and I was shocked with that one. I really liked that whole idea.
I really enjoyed the Black Phone, the first one. I thought it was very, very different type of a film. When it comes to horror film, I love the characters. Black Phone 2 was pretty good. Not as good as Black Phone, but I did like what they did as far as trying to make Ethan the grabber somewhat a Freddy Krueger-esque like.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I like, because I don't necessarily like the Freddy Krueger franchise, but I like the concept.
I do.
You know what I mean? And I feel like they used that concept and kind of developed it in a different way. And I was like, see, this works for me. This works much better.
I still need to watch it, but
it's so good.
Not a Freddy Krueger fan?
Not so much. Like I definitely like the first original one in the 80s, and then I've seen like the remake, and I have a type.
Yeah, I hate the remake. I love the original.
I kind of understand the remake. I did like Jackie Earle Haley's performance as Freddy. He decided to be more menacing and not try to do what Robert Englund does, which I thought was pretty good. It's not his fault. I think it was more of the script.
The makeup and the script.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. The script was...
the makeup didn't help. And of course, Kate Mara, she was terrible.
Yeah. It sucks because, like you said, it's not necessarily him. It's just everything around it, and he can only do so much with what he's bringing to the table. I like Robert as Freddy because it's his voice, and I'm a big sound person. So, like, if the sound and the music and the voices are really, really good, I get that like dopamine rush. Kind of like how I like bass a lot in music. So it's
you have a gruff voice, like how Jamie Campbell Bower, who does Vecna. If you have a voice like that, I'm listening. You could read me the damn McDonald's menu over and over again.
Okay, I'll have him read you the Thing script.
I'm sure therapy wouldn't be that bad.
I don't know if Horror Miser ever saw Things. I don't recommend that movie.
If you do, just watch our video of Things, and you'll be good. My face pops up 90% of the time, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Tom Baker says John Carpenter ended his career too soon. I mean, he's getting them royalty checks, man.
True.
Movie chat says, what did you think of the Fog remake?
I didn't know they made a remake. I like the original Fog. Okay, you guys can fight me on that. I like it.
Yes, the remake is what I started out on.
I try to forget the remake of the Fog because the original Fog is one of my favorites.
You want to talk about two definitely vast films. And again, when it comes to remakes, I have no problem with remakes. Things are going to get remake. It's just what Hollywood does now. You know, it's all about IPs now. And movies, horror films are going to remake. Everything's going to get a remake. And when the Fall came out, everyone, shit their pants. When I said, look, it's going to happen. Let's go watch the movie and see what it was. Terrible.
Absolutely terrible. It felt like a comedy version of the movie to me.
It felt more like a spoof than a remake, in my personal opinion.
I watched the TV show too. The TV show was pretty good.
I didn't know they made it into a TV show.
I think on Netflix it's still there. I'm not sure.
I
it was good.
What is it on? What's the name of the title? Just The Fog or
The Fog? Just
TV show.
When I get home. Take a look. Yeah, I had to take a look at that. Yeah, but just totally different vast films. It's like I wouldn't even call that a spoof. It was just it was weird. It's like
it was very strange.
A cousin to the idea of.
It was awkward. It was like that awkward cousin that comes up to Thanksgiving and you don't know what to say or do with them. That's what that movie is.
I'm that cousin. What's up? What's good?
Tom Baker said I saw Mouth of Madness in cinema and it was the best audio ever. Davey says Carpenter may have a part in making The Thing 2. Not sure how I feel about that. The first movie is a masterpiece. I'm not sure how to feel about that either because it's like the first one seems like okay, it's done. I don't know if they. I've
never seen The Thing.
Never saw John Carpenter's Thing?
Oh, we're gonna have to do that one night.
No,
I got one. Who actually seen the original The Thing? The actual, I think it was 56.
I have. Davey has. Davey has. We're actually going to be covering that one.
To me, I will.
We're going to be covering that one on one of the Thursday night streams. We're going to be doing a watch along of The Thing from Another World.
Yeah,
she got it already for us. Look at her.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Ask me afterwards. I'll give you my opinion.
Monty, I just showed Paige last night. I showed her I Married a Monster from Outer Space.
So
Are you familiar with that one? She loved the visuals on that. She's like, "There's no way this was from 1958."
wild. I think it's truly the lighting that does it, and the quality of camera, and just like I said, I'm a sucker for angles and lighting, and then textures. They did textures too very well. So that's just what gets my brain going.
Yeah, so like that was funny because like she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this because it's sci-fi. I'm like, no, trust me, you're gonna like this from a photography standpoint. Yeah, buddy.
And she was right. Again.
Davey says, "What made you need to see it? The old one is a favorite of mine too."
What, for the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of us, mage. One of us.
See, I'm not big on older movies. Like, yeah, I've been watching older movies the last 3 years with you guys, but at the same time, it's been enlightening to see it. But I still love the brand new movies. I feel like I've always watched from the 90s on up, never the older ones. My mom's watched the older ones, like Halloween or whatever, Friday the 13th, and all of that. But I think the older movies, I was never really interested in, and then it's just kind of like cheesy, like a huge cheese fest to me, I feel like. And that's not hating. It's just how I've always viewed older movies. It's just kind of like weird to me, I guess.
Yeah.
But watching the last, 3 years of these old movies from the 20s, on up, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So I wouldn't mind watching it on the panel one of these days. So,
see me, I'm very much a mixed basket over here because I was a 90s baby, but of course I grew up, loving the 90s and 2000s movies mostly, and then here and there sprinkled older movies, and I definitely appreciate coming here and getting even deeper into like those older movies that either I've only seen snippets of or don't even know whatsoever, and I'm like, wow, okay. And I see how much our movies now take from those movies, even in the simplest aspect, and I have a huge appreciation for it.
The first movie I had Mage on here for, I showed him The Beyond, the Italian horror movie. That was his. That
wasn't
his
bad.
First one. And he's just like, his face through the whole thing is like, yeah, I really want to be on her panel. It was so funny.
I really want to be here right now. I feel like
I really want to. No, growing up in
there was the rabid grannies afterwards.
Growing up in the 70s and watching, of course, obviously the Universal horror films, the Hammer horror films, and the films from the 50s and the 60s, really immersed me in the horror. It just, for me, it wasn't about it being scary. It was just about being gothic, fascinating and funny because I have a morbid sense of humor.
Yeah.
And that's why we love you.
And this is what's cool about these panel discussions, because we get so many different generations coming together, just sharing our thoughts. We have different experiences, and it's just really cool to get everything going.
Look at all of us being sick and twisted together. I love it.
I know.
Then you have Rez, who has no idea about any of it.
Oh yeah, she's great. Monty's gonna meet her one time.
She's like, I'm all vibes over here, and it's great. She's
because someone actually put a meme up on Facebook and Instagram talking about, people who watch horror films are eventually going to become psychopaths. And I said, well, I guess we're all psychopaths then.
I guess so.
I mean, if my childhood story doesn't tell you enough anyways, here we are.
Yeah, so obviously when I hear people from your generations, whether you're in the 80s, 90s, or millennials or Gen Z, and I hear you talk about, the movies you grew up with, and I just find it fascinating. And I find it because I know for a fact, for a person who grew up in the 70s and was actually to experience seeing The Exorcist, seeing Jaws for the first time in the theaters, and the experience I get from that, a lot of people like, wow.
I envy your generation because of that. Because you guys got to experience all of that, especially because like my mom was born in the 60s. So she would talk about like, her mom telling her about like the satanic panic and all of that. And I'm like, man, would I have loved to have been like a young adult at those times to see those movies and just see like the actual panic, because now it's brought, it's televised in such a way where it's normal, where I would love to have seen just the chaos,
the raw horror,
the feeling,
That's like when I showed Mage Psycho
so
and Psycho too.
Envy you guys in experiencing that, because I don't get that experience.
Yeah. I think that's why I like it too. But guys, I think we're gonna have to wind on down. Mr. Scrunchy's teething. So I will close it out tonight. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Monty, thanks for being here. Paige and Mage. Next movie we're gonna watch for with Monty is The Beast Within. We're gonna get together, and I will get together with you guys to choose another chit chat date. You guys seem to love these. Maybe we'll see what our viewers would like to see next. So
absolutely, let us know.
I'll DM so we can get you one on Women in Horror.
Absolutely, would be honored to be a part of it. So thank you so
thanks
much
for being here,
Appreciate
everybody.
you.
Tom.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye, everybody.
Love y'all.
Peace.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging with the Spooky Fam tonight. You're the weird, you're the wild, you're a frightful delight.